Yeah, I'm really just saving money. I meal prep today again. Oh,
Oh, give me your secrets behind meal prepping because I want to. I want to stop once my kitchen is ready. I want to
right.
do some meal prep. Give me your
Okay, well,
secrets.
secrets to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness and meal prepping.
Yeah, yeah.
Ready? Okay, so it's all about cooking something that can be cooked in bulk,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So I got an Instapot or like a pressure cooker, and
Yeah.
it's a big ass one. So I can put a lot of shit in there at once and cook it. But you can cook anything in an Instant. You can cook chicken, rice, vegetables. So that's what I did. Most recently, here's what I do. Ready? I open up the Instant Pot. I put in a cup of rice, a cup of frozen vegetables, a cup of water, a little bit of oil, salt and pepper, and then, scale it up for how much you want to do. So, like, I did 3 cups of water, 3 cups of rice, 3 cups of frozen vegetables, salt, pepper, oil, cooked it, and bam, I had a mixed rice vegetable like dish that I could portion out into little containers, and that's my carb and my vegetable. And the frozen vegetables are, like uh peas, carrot, green beans, corn, broccoli, the basic stuff. And they're frozen vegetables. You can buy them in big ass bags. They're not that expensive. And then for the protein, I just marinated a shit ton of chicken. And then I just slammed it with the rolling pin to flatten it
Slammed
out.
it.
Yeah, the breast, just slam those
Slam the
titties.
breast. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
feel you.
you put the breast on the counter.
Oh,
You give it a gentle pet, and you say, "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for what I'm about to do to you." You take that rolling pin, you just go wham, wham, wham.
oh.
Nice thin marinated breast, pan fry it. But you gotta be careful though, because I started an oil fire in my kitchen, which was not good.
Oh. Are you okay?
I'm okay. It was very dangerous. So what happened was I got
You
the
don't put water
pan.
on those. You were not supposed to put water on those.
Here's the thing. I had the pan. The pan had oil in it. And then I put, the chicken in it. It started to cook. And then I put a lid on top to trap the
Mhm.
heat.
Right,
But that
right.
also traps, the steam, which condenses on the lid, which then when you pick up the lid, drips off
Oh, yeah,
as
yeah.
water droplets. It hits the oil, the fire, it splashes on the fire ignites it, and then
Nice.
you ever see those videos where they like deglaze something by adding like some alcohol to a pan, the whole pan goes on fire?
Maybe.
Yeah, like they're like, all right, I'm putting a little bit of rum in here, and then they tilt it, and then like it catches fire and it like deglazes, or
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
that's what happened, but with
Okay.
oil and fire everywhere. So I freak out, I throw the lid on it, and I just step back, and for a good like 10 seconds, it's just a fire in my house. And then
Nice.
thankfully it all burned off, but then it smelled like an oil leak
It
or
went
something in my
away. It
house.
went away. So you got a nice little char on your food.
Yeah, but then I cut up the chicken. I marinated. Oh, here's the marinade. Oh, we're getting into it. Here's the marinade.
Tell me the
Marinade is
marinade.
is oil,
Yeah.
dark soy sauce. The dark soy sauce though, not
Ooh.
regular soy sauce, dark soy sauce. Salt, pepper,
Mm.
little bit cayenne pepper as well.
Ooh.
And then honey, minced garlic.
Mm.
Yeah, you mix that shit up, marinate it overnight. Big chicken breast. Big breast. You know
Uh,
how I like it. You know I'm a man who loves big
I know you
breast.
love big breasts. Yes, we
And
know.
then I flattened it out with a rolling pin and I fucking fucked it up.
And how long would that does that take you? In
Well,
in total?
the rice thing is great because the rice thing, 3 cups of each thing takes like, I don't know, like 25 minutes.
Hmm.
And that's just a rice cooker, so you just let it sit there. The thing is the chicken. The chicken takes forever to cook,
Oh
but
yeah.
you can pressure cook chicken. And you can get that down to like, I don't know, like 35, 40 minutes per like 3 or 4 big pieces of chicken breast.
Right, right.
And then when you pressure cook it, you can easily tear it up with like a fork, like make it like shredded chicken. Where you put it in the blender, honey, you blend that shit. It's even
Blend
faster.
chicken. Don't blend it for too long. You don't want it to be liquid
No, no,
chicken.
no, 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 no. You don't do that. No, no. You gotta be careful. I pressure cook it. I cut them into big chunks. I put it in the blender and I just pulse it like 3 times
Okay, so you're not
just
making
to
like
get.
liquid, like
No, no, no,
smoothie chicken,
no, no,
chicken
no. It's
smoothie.
a little bit of protein powder in there. Yeah. No. Just a little bit, just to get it kind of broken up.
How do you think that chicken smoothie? Do you think that would be? It wouldn't be good. That'd be disgusting.
I think there is some like new age deconstructed millennial Gen Z restaurant that is doing that.
It's a
And
chicken smoothie.
it's like, yeah, so here's your deconstructed chicken cordon bleu. And
Oh,
it's like chicken, ham, cheese just blended
oh
together.
my god. Ugh, ugh.
And a big straw, and they're just like, drink up,
Here you
sweetie.
go. Here you go. That would be, oh my god. I mean, it'd be an
Mm.
efficient way to consume your calories, right? Because you're just drinking it. Um, but no.
Yeah.
No, thank you. That's how Troy gets his vegetables. Did I tell you that? He has like this vegetable powder that has like all of this like vitamins and minerals or whatever that vegetables would normally give you. He has it in like a powder form and he drinks it. And I'm like, you don't just want to just eat your broccoli or like anything else. Like
I
you
mean,
have to drink it as like a smoothie in order to get it.
it is very convenient, especially for someone who's like, busy or on the go all the time. I guess that's convenient.
He just doesn't know. He just doesn't like eating vegetables. So he would
Oh,
rather drink it than to actually have a side of broccoli with dinner. And I'm like,
so
okay, work.
hey, is he healthy?
I assume so. I assume
Yeah.
so.
You get his blood checked, you let me know. I'm
Anyway,
interested.
love this conversation. Love that we started the podcast with this. Obviously, you
Yeah.
knew I was recording you because you went into it and you were like, "Here I am." You knew. How do you know? How do you know when I've started the recording?
It's like I can feel it. There's something in the wind. I'm in a basement, so of course I can feel the wind.
Right, right.
My sphincters, not just my anal sphincter, all my sphincters. My second hole.
Your
That
second
second hole?
hole.
The second hole, listeners. There's a second hole.
have you
It
ever have
tightens.
you ever uh played with your second hole?
Not, no, I haven't. You know, it's one of those things where it'll happen eventually, but
Okay.
I'm not in a rush.
Okay, right.
It'll happen when I'm ready to accept that gift.
Okay. The gift of God.
The
the
gift of God
the
giving me a second
the
hole.
second hole, the gift of
If
God.
if God didn't want gays, he wouldn't have given them a second hole, honey.
Oh my, or a prostate. I'm just saying.
Or a
Hi
prostate. God.
everybody. Welcome. I'm gonna intro us real quick because we're
Okay,
7 minutes
good.
in and we haven't started.
Good.
Welcome back to another episode of the What Did the Gays Think podcast. What are you eating?
I thought you were gonna intro us. That's why I took a bite.
I am Matt Klubeck, and today with me we have my slice of cheese. Pat, how you doing,
What
Pat?
kind of what kind of wait? What kind of cheese?
Well, I mean, I like me a good provolone. But you're American, so maybe, American cheese.
American cheese is like the worst.
Okay, fine. What cheese do you want? I'm sorry for insulting you. What kind of
You
cheese
know
do you want to
what?
be?
I think there's a solid sharp cheddar. You
Okay.
can't underestimate it. Like I do love
Okay.
provolone, Swiss mozzarella. I love some of the smellier cheeses, but sh- I could. I'll shit you not. I shit you not. I used to go to BJ's when I had a BJ's membership. We
Hmm.
would get this block of sharp cheddar, and sometimes I would just go into the fridge and just sit there with a knife and just slice off chunks of that sharp cheddar and just fucking eat it.
Yeah, that's weird. I'm sorry.
What?
I would do that with like the mozzarella cheese sticks that you could like pull into strings, the string cheese of mozzarella. I would do that with that. Sharp cheddar though? I don't
Mm.
know about that. I don't know about that, honey.
I don't even need crackers. I am a cracker.
You are a cracker, yes.
I am a cracker, yeah. Cracker culture, mama.
Anyway, so I wanted to real quick start off with something a little bit different. I wanted to start off with the would you could you should you today.
Oh my God.
Um,
Oh my God. We're taking the script and we're flipping it.
we're flipping it. We usually do this at the end of the podcast, but today I'm bringing it to the front.
Okay.
We had a YouTube commenter who suggested that we should ask our listeners questions, and then like let people respond and then put the responses in the podcast. So I talked
Yeah,
about you.
slay.
I talked to you about this earlier today, and I kind of loved this idea. So I figured, we're already doing like our scenarios, or would you, could you, should yous. So now I want to give our listeners a chance to kind of give their input and respond to our ridiculous scenarios that we come up with. So, what we're going to do is we're going to do our would you, could you, should you. And then if you would like to respond, and then we'll read the responses in the next episode of the podcast, the ones that we like. If you want to respond, you can either send an email to whatdothegays@gmail.com. I'll put the email in the description that you can email. Or I'll also put a Google form in the episode description. You can click over to it and fill out your response there. Send it in that way, and Pat and I will choose our favorite response and read it in the next podcast episode. Anyway, Pat, here's my scenario that I'm going to give to you.
Okay.
All right. You're given the ability to teleport anywhere in the world. However, this teleport is not an instantaneous teleport. Like, it's not like a blink of an eye thing.
Okay.
So whenever you teleport, you first have to watch the entire B movie before the teleportation happens.
Okay.
My question for you is, how often would you do this?
So what, the B movie is like, let's say like an hour and change?
It's
or
like
something,
an hour and a half, yeah.
So I need like an hour and a half's notice basically of whenever I do want to. Okay, let me, how often? You know what? There is something sort of surreal about the B movie. There is something, something enjoyable because of the fact that it's so ridiculous.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Like she never fucks the bee, but like
no.
Watching it, it's happening. Like
it's
the
cameraman,
the cameraman just wasn't present. Like, the porn spin-off, the footage is there somewhere, just haven't been released yet. So yeah. I think, like, I hate driving long distance. I hate traveling long distances. So I think I'd kind of be fine with it. Like, when I watch the B movie, do I have to like sit there and like just stare at it for the amount, or can I just like sit there and kind of like be on my phone while it plays?
Oh no, you need to watch it. You need to sit there and watch the B movie, or it doesn't work.
All right, yeah, I think it's gonna be something like the first few times I'd be like, "This is amazing," and I would just keep like watching it and be like, like I don't remember this part. But I think by teleport number 5 or 6, I'd be like, I need a break.
Right?
Yeah.
But think about it. Like, you teleport. You have to watch the B movie for an hour and a half, but then you could be anywhere. Anywhere in the whole world. You could be anywhere. You could be wherever. You could be in Hawaii. You could be, I don't know, in Japan, in Tokyo, wherever you want to be.
Yeah, I'm always busy. Here's the thing, bitch.
Yeah.
I am so busy all the time, and people are like, "You want to hang out?" By people, I mean like men, wink men.
Right.
Men will be like,
"What happened yesterday?"
No. Yes, no. They'll be like, "I want to hang out." I'll be like, "Yeah, like you seem nice, but like honestly, I don't have a lot of time. I have like 8 different things I do," and they'll be like, "Oh, but like, why don't you want to hang out?" Or like, "You never make time for me." I'm like, "Girl, you're not high on my priority list. I'm sorry." You're not. Like, I have a certain set of priorities, and I have to keep them first, and that takes up most of my time. And if you can't handle that, get the fuck out of here.
Am I one of them? Am I one of the things you keep on the top priority list?
Well, yeah, because we have the stream.
Yeah, I love.
So
that.
Obviously, yeah,
I love being at the top of your list.
You love being at top.
Well,
all right. Here's mine.
Okay, yeah.
I have to think of one quick because I didn't know we were going to do this at the top of the episode. I thought I'd have more time for this.
You think of these on the ball regardless of when we're doing them.
On the ball?
On the ball. On your tippy toes. You think on your feet for these each time we do them. It doesn't matter when we do them.
Do you think Manscaped should have like on the ball as sort of a saying? Anyway, doesn't matter. Okay, here we go. Oh, okay, I got it.
Okay.
So you're on Grindr.
Yeah.
And you get a little message. You get the little noise.
Yeah.
And you pick up your phone. And you're like, "What's this?" And then it's a blank profile.
Mm-hmm.
Classic.
Right.
There's no name. It's just DL Anon as the name. No age.
Great,
Um,
great.
it just says like, um, DL mask looking for anonymous fun. No
Right.
real description beyond that, except the fact that they're like, vaccinated for COVID,
Great, great. At least I
which is
know.
a big thing, which is a
Yeah.
big thing now.
Great, great to know that I know that about them at least.
And they're like, hey, and then you're like, hi, and they're like, you want to meet up, and you're like, well, I'd love some more information about you. You're just a blank profile, sir. And
Right. Did
then
this
this
happen to you?
person,
Are you prompting a scenario that happened to you to me?
hold on, maybe. And the guy's like, I like, I like, I like poopy stuff.
Okay. All
I like
right.
poop and pee. And then he's like, but I will pay you to do
Okay.
poopy and pee stuff to me.
Okay.
So he's looking for someone to pee on or in him and to someone to poop on him. That's it though. There's nothing sexual.
That's
Like
it.
there's no sexual like there's not sex. It's not sex.
Okay.
It's he's looking to get excrement on him.
How
And he's willing
how
to.
how much?
How much is he paying you?
How much are you paying me out?
He's paying you 300
No.
for. Oh, okay. Well, this was fast. All right. How about let's find out.
Well,
500. Would you do it for 500?
uh, hmm, no. I don't like people listening to me poop or like watching me
Oh.
poop. Like, no, thank you.
How about pee?
Like, my poop time is for, well, peeing I feel like is a little bit different.
Well, yeah.
That's just liquid coming out of my penis, which that happens in multiple occasions. Um, so I kind of have to be okay with that.
When I open up Webster's dictionary to urinating or peeing, I hope it's just liquid coming out of penis.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I hope the description
Like,
is.
if you're giving me $500 and I just pee on you, fine. I think I can swing that. But for me to
Yeah.
squat over you and like shit, like I don't know. I don't think I could do it.
I
That's
think
not
I
me. I'm
I
not that
think I
type of
have
person.
a shy bladder and a shy colon. So I think if someone was looking at me like expecting it, demanding it on the spot, I think it wouldn't happen. I think I'd pull a muscle, before anything came out.
Great. I love that. All right,
So
everybody.
yeah, give us your responses by emailing us at whatdidthegaysthink@gmail.com, submitting to that Google form that Matt will be putting up. Or if you want to be public, you can put it in the comment section of the YouTube. You could tweet at us.
Yeah.
Um,
Let us know your
and
responses to these two questions.
yeah, so if you had the ability to teleport but had to watch the B movie, how often would you do it? And then if some anonymous blank profile wanted pee and poop stuff for $300, would you do it?
All right, lovely. And put Y. Put Y as well. Make it a fun response.
Yeah, we wanna we'll see what we get and we'll talk about it if we get some good responses.
All right, all right. Should we start some topips?
Yeah, Grinder. Let's talk about this
Okay,
real quick.
you're real into this right now. Yeah.
I'm gonna keep this brief because I think a lot of listeners are on the younger side.
Right.
Maybe around our age. I mean, we're not young,
We're not young.
not
I mean, we're
anymore.
young in the grand scheme of maybe like America. But
I
like
was recently told that I looked 21, and I looked at this person and I said, "Thank you,
thank you.
thank you."
I'm an old man.
No one has said anything quite like that since or before. And he said that, and I was like, "Thank you. I will let you fuck me now."
Oh, all right.
Anyway, people, because this is not just Grinder, it's just dating apps in general. I've frequented them quite often prior to
Mm-hmm.
my I almost said engagement to my current
Engagement.
relationship, and I just want to say, y'all really be out here doing too much.
Ah.
Like the profile will be like, only respond to pictures that they don't have a single one on their profile. And then they'll message you and they'll send a picture and it's just of their hairy dick. And I'm
Oh,
like, Which I don't think it's hairy dicks. I don't mind anything. Body hair is fine. And I love trimming my body hair with my
With
Manscaped Lawnmower
Manscaped lawnmower?
2.0.
No, we're not.
Um,
We're not sponsored by
we're not sponsored,
Manscaped.
but I can talk about it because I love it. I love the products Manscaped. If you're listening, you send me some stuff, and I'll do a review
Send me some
on
free stuff.
yeah. So I think people are out here doing too much. I don't care
Hmm.
about the kinks. I don't care about whatever. Just like be nice and be understanding of people's place and where they're at. And like,
Hmm.
and or people be like, because on Grindr you can like tap people. You can tap them like hi, a fire symbol for like hot, or like a devil symbol for like let's get it
Let's
on.
get it
And people
on.
be like, I don't want anyone tapping me. And I'm like, they were like tap equals block, but then they'll tap me. And I'm like, well, I don't
Well, you just
and you
anyway. I feel like especially though, and I was just listening to TikToks. A lot of
ah,
people were discoursing about this. Like, stop sending unsolicited dick pics, just in general. Like,
yeah,
ask the person if they want to receive this penis.
this
Uh,
gift.
yes, and it's like, do you want to see my penis? And it's like, sure. Then send the pic. Don't just send it unsolicited.
That's what I like though about Grindr. There is a thing in this like on the profile. They ask you a question like, "Do you accept NSFW pictures?" And it's like, "Yes, only if you ask," or "No," or something like that.
Yeah, I'm okay. That
And
then that makes sense, right?
that setting's great. But like, I don't have that. I don't even have that on, and people still send it to me. And I'm just like,
Yes.
I don't really. I'm not offended by it as much as some people are. And it's okay to be offended because it's offensive.
Right. Well, the TikTok discourse that I was listening to, it was mostly women complaining about this because they start talking to a man, he just randomly sends a penis pic, and then it's like, listen, I was trying to get to know you, and here you are sending me your penis. Like, I wasn't ready for that.
Like, I would rather know your middle name before what your dick looks like. I would rather know, how tall you are before I know the color of your asshole.
Right, right. Well, you can tell the color of someone's asshole just by looking at their lips.
Oh my god, this shit again. Okay.
Can did we talk about this on the podcast? Can your anus like what was it? Can your anus get chapped?
Yeah.
It's the same skin
Yeah.
as your lips. Can your anus get
And
chapped?
then
I want to
you
know.
you you put it in a TikTok video, and then I saw a comment that was like, "Yes, it can," and I was like, "What happened to that person?"
What did happen
Because
to that person?
they took out the Burt's Bees chapstick and just rubbed it on their hole, like it's so chapped.
And it's like, okay, how did that person's anus get chapped? Like, if the reason your lips get chapped is because they're constantly exposed to air, did this person have their asshole just baking in the sun? Like,
He,
ass up? Did they want to get an asshole tan?
like like a raisin in the sun, shriveled up.
I'm so, Dad, if you're listening to this, I'm sorry that you just
Oh
listened
my
to this part of the
god.
podcast.
I like how you say if. We know he's like our biggest fan and always listens. So, hi.
Hi, Dad.
Hello.
Anyway, what were we talking about? You were talking about your grinder experience.
That was all I wanted to say. Ezra Miller was arrested again
Oh yeah, yeah.
in Hawaii. And I'm like, what? Does his PR team just like wake up and just go, God, I hope it's no more news about him? And then they see it and they're like, oh
They're like
God, here
Ezra
we
Miller
go.
trending on Twitter again.
Yeah, like what do they do?
Does Ezra use they?
Yeah, I think they do.
Oh, okay. I didn't
Yeah,
know
I'm
that. Well,
pretty
there
sure.
we go.
I'm pretty sure Ezra uses. I think they or he uses like they, them, he, him pronouns, or maybe it's just they, them now.
Okay, well, I'll look it up later.
Slay.
Well,
Yeah.
they
So
still threw a chair at somebody. Was that in Hawaii or was that the other
I think
time?
that. I think no. I think that was in Hawaii. Yeah. I don't know what their he, him, whatever pronoun they prefer is doing, but they need to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think they're gonna get banned from playing the Flash?
Well, I mean, Johnny Depp was kind of fired for the Amber Heard stuff, and he didn't really actually. Apparently, so far, it seems like he may not have done anything. So yeah, he might, or they might.
Well, kind of speaking of canceling people, conservatives are trying to cancel Disney. You heard you?
Yeah.
you know, and this we've
You
been
heard about
talking about
this?
this. We've been talking about
Yeah.
this a little bit. Don't say gay specifically, but recently, because Disney has come out against that law, whatever it is, the parental rights in education bill or
Hmm.
law, since they signed it.
Oh,
Disney has come out against it, and now Ron DeSantis seems to have a vendetta now against Disney.
yeah.
Which is this is a little bit weird for me because first of all, I feel like conservatives seem to be very against cancel culture in general, and
Hmm.
now they're canceling Disney for one thing. Like they're saying, "Oh, we're not going to go to Disney. Like we're not going to stream Disney Plus. We're not going to go see any Disney movies." Like, isn't that canceling? Aren't they participating in cancel culture? Like, I don't understand.
And the Republicans always are part of cancel culture. They're canceling the gays, trans
Oh yeah,
people, queer people. They're canceling abortions. So like
right.
they're very pro cancel culture. They just use either like religious zeal or political jargon as their tool for it.
And they keep saying like, "Oh, this person's fall prey to the woke mob,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
woke mob."
Yeah.
I hate
I
that word.
every time I hear woke, I just think of yolk and I think of eggs and then I get hungry because I love egg yolk.
Oh, okay. Do you
I
not
really
like egg
do.
whites?
No, I like the whites too, but if like I don't like just egg whites by themselves, I like both.
Okay, you like the
Can I
mix.
Yeah, a side note really quick.
Yeah.
Real quick. I was thinking about this. I was drinking milk the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how some people be like, "Oh my God, like you drink milk? Like humans are the only species that drinks another animal's milk. It's so nasty." Like, and
Right.
then the argument that like we shouldn't be drinking milk because of health reasons. That's fine, but there is that line that sort of it's nasty to drink another species' milk, and we're the only people that do it.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, we're also the only species on the planet that like invents guns and shoots people with them. Like we're also the only species on the planet that ruins its environment through greenhouse gas emissions. Like people have
Oh,
so many worse things that we're doing. You want to argue about drinking another animal's fucking milk as like that's the hill you're going to die on? How about we're the only fucking species that persecutes other members of our species for having a different belief system?
oh, oh my
I don't
God,
know.
slay.
So like I was thinking about it having my Oreos because I'm eating Oreos the house down boots Versace realness. I had a whole party pack by myself over the course of 4 days. Um, I've been really feeling it recently with my body, just letting it all
Okay.
go. I've hit 28, it's over, it's a wrap, it's over, it's
It's
done.
over. Time to just let it all
And
go. It's
I was
fine.
thinking about it, I was like, the argument that like it's another species milk, I'm like, I I swallow cum. Like, I don't care about this other fucking thing. Anyway, let's get back to
Uh,
Disney. Sorry for the aside. Let's get back to Disney and Ron
that was
DeSantis's.
yeah. I bet you $5 that Ron
Mm.
DeSantis has swallowed cum before too.
Oh. Oh, God. And I bet you another $10 it's his own.
Ooh, his
He want
own.
he wanted his little flavor. You
Oh
want to check
right,
check what's
right.
going on.
Just went into a cup, and just swat.
No, I don't think it's that. No, I think it's more like he just had some on his stomach and he just whoop. For those just listening, I just kind of finger flicked it and then licked off the finger.
Right, right. Kind of like if you picking your nose and then just like you're just like ooh, ooh.
Yeah, exactly like that. If your nose was filled with cum.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Have you ever had your nose filled with cum before?
No, no, I
You
haven't.
ever
Thank
swallow
God.
cum, but then that thing happens where like it doesn't really go down your throat. It kind of shoots up your nostrils. You know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you mean. I don't. I really don't know what you mean.
Um.
Mr. Klubeck, I'm sorry. Wait, so Ron DeSantis and the Disney thing.
Yes. Okay.
So I heard that they're trying to strip Disney of its like self-governing status within Florida.
Yes. So basically, they have like their own district, basically within Florida, and if they take away this district, because Disney like pays for all of the stuff within its own district, including like the police, the fire,
Yeah.
all of the
They pay the fire.
utilities, the fire protection, the
They
firefighters. You know
pay
what
for
I mean?
fire.
They pay for chaos.
Yes.
No, like all the utilities, electric, water, all that stuff. Disney pays for all of that. But if they dissolve this district, then the districts, the surrounding districts that people actually live in, will have to take on those costs. So what's going to end up happening is, more likely than not, I don't know if this will actually happen, but more likely than not, people in those surrounding districts will have their taxes raised,
Right.
specifically their property taxes, unless they can make some sort of deal with Disney before this happens, which apparently would happen June 1st, 2023 is what I have written down.
Oh, that's not for a while.
Yeah, it's next year. And it's funny, they probably did this before the midterms so that
Oh.
people would vote in, and before Ron Desantis' election, to be fair, too, because I think he comes up for re-election this year, so it'll happen after his re-election so that people will slowly forget about it over time. How long is a governor's term? I don't even know. 6 years?
4 years.
4 years.
Oh, 4.
It could be 4 years. I'm not sure. I think, you know what? I think it is 4 years.
Yeah, I think it's 4 because I remember it being like a president's term.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't gubernatorial races like I know anything.
Yeah, but these poor taxpayers are kind of in the middle. What?
Poor?
No. Oh my God.
I don't think they're
It's
poor.
me having pity for the taxpayers.
Yes.
Having to eat these costs because Ron DeSantis and Disney are feuding.
Yeah.
And also, like, I don't like how they claim to be this whole free speech, you can say what you want kind of people and with no repercussions from the government. And here Ron DeSantis is doing things that give repercussions to Disney because they said something about, like, they didn't like one of his policies. So I don't really get it.
Yeah, and also like no shame to Disney, but just because they said they didn't like the Don't Say Gay bill doesn't necessarily mean they're like supporting its, let's say its abolishment as a law now because it's signed into law, or they're like actively campaigning against it. That's not what's happening.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. Disney has not said anything. Disney did the bare minimum.
Disney's doing like a little bit of PR control because some people didn't like how they supported people who supported the Don't Say Gay bill.
Yeah.
And now they just said, like, we support all people. But they didn't do anything. It's not like they said, like, oh, like, I don't know what they could do, but like, we're divorcing ourselves from the Floridian government because, no, they didn't do that. Like, it's like, Ron DeSantis is picking a fight with someone that like doesn't even have skin in the game. And I'm like, why? I don't get it.
Because cancel culture. I mean, you go after, this is just a really blatant, like, anyone who's coming out as pro LGBT nowadays is just like immediately attacked, it seems, by the Republican Party and conservatives in general. There's a lot of anti-LGBTQ sentiment nowadays. And it's all fueling their like culture war because they want to regain power in 2022. So they're kind of using the LGBTQ community as kind of like their surrogates or something to a target, right? Get everyone's rage on one particular thing. It's like that and inflation. Like, you target those two things so that they can win the midterms. It's kind of like you're playing with people's lives, though, which is what I don't like.
Yeah. When you play the Game of Thrones,
you win or you die.
You win or you die.
That's the quote, right?
I think Lena Headey.
She's wonderful. I love her.
She is love. Her in the first Purge film with Ethan Hawke.
I didn't see
as a brunette. The first Purge film is the best film.
Okay, well, I didn't see it.
Did you see Everything Everywhere All at Once?
I did not, but you know what I did see? I'll let you talk
Transphobic.
about that. Yeah.
Well, I can't. We mentioned it briefly in the last episode, I think, or on the stream. I mentioned seeing it. I forgot where I talked about it, but I can't talk about it more because you said you might want to see it.
Oh, I probably will see it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to drag Troy to see it. I probably will at some point.
But it's just, I'll just say this. When we talk about it, it's going to get real up in here.
All right. I'm ready
I'll talk about your transphobic film.
Oh my god. Okay, so first of all, yes, I saw Secrets of Dumbledore. Um, I
Yes.
personally, I didn't even want to see it. Um,
Mm,
but I saw the last two, and Troy's a big Harry Potter person, and you know I'm not the
mm,
biggest Harry Potter person anyway. But Troy's a big
yeah.
Harry Potter person, so we went to go see it.
Drag him.
I will. I'll drag him on the podcast. He doesn't listen
Drag him.
anyway.
Drag him for dragging you to the film.
Ah. Anyway, we went to go see it. Um, it was okay.
Right.
Just like it was all right. Like it was slow in the beginning. Like there was a lot of exposition.
Mm.
I may have fallen asleep at some
Oh,
point. It's not for very long. I was, I'm still trying to beat my coffee addiction, so I was just generally tired. Um,
yeah, yeah.
so I slept through, I don't know, like maybe 5 to 10 minutes total worth of the movie. But you know what? From what I saw, like it was okay. Like I feel like I don't even remember what happened in the first two movies, but I feel like I like them better than this one.
Yes.
Um, Dumbledore was explicitly gay in it, which is nice, but
Yeah.
also like it wasn't integral to the story at all. So I'm assuming
No.
like if they wanted to just like, snip out the parts where they mention anything gay related, they could.
And they did.
Oh, did they?
To release it in China, I think they just cut out the that it was like literally 2 minutes of dialogue.
Yeah, like the 2 minutes of dialogue in the beginning. Then there's perhaps another part towards the end where the villain once again mentions like love between them, and they could
Yeah.
probably just snip that out as well.
It's just a bromance. They're just friends.
They're just friends.
And they were roommates.
Um, it wasn't like there was no explicit gay kisses or any fucking, which is what I wanted to see. Uh,
Honestly, though, Mads Mikkelsen as Gellert Grindelwald, I said it before and I said it again. Shove that elder wand up my
Here we
hole.
are, Dumblewhore.
I'll be your Dumblewhore. Uh, I am upset because I didn't see it, and I'm trying not to support anything J.K. Rowling does anymore. But
Yeah.
I saw the first two, and I didn't love. Okay, I really liked the first one.
Mm.
Just because it gave us like a new look at wizards in America, new characters, and it was just about fun creatures. And I loved the character of, is it Tina? She wasn't in this film,
Hmm.
apparently, right? Like the main girl from the first two.
Well,
Like,
I do not remember her, so
because they're the sisters. It's like Tina and Sweetie or something. I don't know
oh,
what the fuck this.
Sweetie was in it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
her
yeah.
sister was also in the first two, and she's like she works for the Ministry of Magic, and she
Hmm.
meets Newt Scamander. I love the actress. I love that haircut. I thought she's so beautiful too. She's so beautiful.
Hmm.
But she really wasn't in the third one apparently at all, and so I'm kind of sad. But
Well, I don't even remember seeing her, so I don't think she was in it at all.
Ezra Miller was in it though.
What were they? When?
They play Dumbledore's relative. Spoiler alert.
Oh, like the brother.
The brother's illegitimate son.
Maybe I fell asleep for that part. Who knows?
Isn't I because okay, at the end of the second, this is spoiler alert, but then again, who cares? It's J.K. Rowling's content. We can spoil it.
Oh yeah.
At the end of the second film, you learned that Ezra Miller's character is related somehow to Dumbledore, and I think in this film you discover it's not Albus that he's related to; it's Aberforth, which is Albus's brother, and apparently he is the
Hmm.
illegitimate son of Aberforth Dumbledore, which kind of sucks because in the books, Aberforth is sort of like the older brother who tried to keep the family together while Dumbledore kind of tore the family apart with his relationship to Gellert. Um, so he was kind of a nice guy. So they kind of painted him in like a shitty light in this film, apparently. So I didn't
Oh,
like that.
well, I apparently wasn't paying attention. So was this in the second one or the one I just saw?
The one you just saw.
Well, yeah. Apparently I wasn't. I was sleeping during this.
I haven't, to be honest, I haven't seen the film. I just read a synopsis and I watched reactions to the film. So
Right, right. The only part that I like was into was the crab part, where they were doing the little crab walk for the
I saw
little
a clip
crab
of that.
creatures.
I love that.
And I was like, this is the content I came for. This is why I'm here.
You hate crabs, though.
But it was funny.
Okay, Slay.
Slay. Anyway,
You want to talk about Heartstopper?
what's that?
New gay content. Gay content alert.
Gay content.
And you know what? When I say gay content alert, I want something to like some sort of siren to blare in the background. It would probably be like, I'd be like, gay content alert, and all you hear is like, slay, yes, queen. I don't know. I'll workshop it later. But there is a new a series on Netflix called Heartstopper.
Isn't that the name of a gay book? Is it based on the book?
Yes.
Murder me. I have to go watch it.
I think it was originally a graphic novel, and then it was so whatever. It's based on some sort of book. I think it's 8 episodes long, 30-minute episodes, and basically the synopsis. I'm gonna give away any secrets, but it's a out kid in high school.
Here we go.
Okay, let me get through it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Out kid in high school who starts like crushing on this presumed straight guy, right? Now,
the straight guy probably ends up being attracted to him though at the end. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Now, I got home last night very late and very drunk. So I get in my bed. Picture this. I want to paint you a word picture. It's 3 a.m. I just walked my dogs. I don't even remember doing it. I Ubered home, though. I Ubered home. I didn't drive. I Ubered home.
You know what? You should have teleported home and watched the
After
movie.
watching the movie, yeah. So I bring them back inside after walking them. I get into bed. I have the last roll of a tray of Oreos, a cup of milk, and I'm just scrolling through Netflix and I see this new show and I'm like, oh, okay, it's only 8 episodes. I'll start it. The way it was just me, 3 a.m, drunk, eating Oreos with milk, yelling at the TV about these 2 fucking queer people, or like this cast of queer characters.
Yeah.
So it starts off very tropey in terms of it's, it's
the high school.
It's high school. He's gay. He's like trying to like find himself and like find a mate or whatever. But then like the series isn't, I haven't finished it, but I've watched most of it. The series isn't elevated gay content, but what it does exceptionally well, it really shows like and gives you the butterflies of like falling in love again, or like a cute like interactions with someone you just met and you're just starting to like texting them, thinking about them. They also do graphic design overlays over the live action, like little tiny drawn hearts or little tiny sparks, like because it's based on a graphic novel, so it's kind of cutesy. But then there are also ways that it like subverts my expectations of what I assumed would have happened in the plot based on other, teenage queer content. So it actually isn't, it's not bad. Like it's kind of good.
It's not as tropey as like, let's say, Love Simon or Love Victor or any of those other ones.
Yeah, it does fall into some of them because, it's a gay teenage, dramedy. But some of the scenes, I was like, oh, here goes, common gay trope number 3. And then the exact opposite happened. And I was like,
wow.
So this is what we're doing.
I hope when I watch the show, because I will, even though I don't want to consume like the teenage high school drama anymore, I will, because I will consume any queer content that I can get. When I watch this, I really hope that this man's or this teenager does not fall in love with his bully, because I will just jump off a cliff.
I listen. There are some things in the show I was like, I'm surprised that it didn't take the normal route, and I'm kind of happy about it. And the queer cast is pretty. There's a decent amount of queer characters. There's trans character, lesbians,
and I hope that they are played by actual queer actors and actresses.
I hope so too. I don't know. Although I do know that there's like a lot of like, just background music playing. Queer artists are featured in some of the background music.
Lovely.
So,
give me some Sam Smith.
I didn't hear Sam Smith, but
give me some Shawn Mendes. No, I shouldn't make that joke.
Okay, when Shawn Mendes recently sent out that post, that
I
tweet
know.
about
I
how
saw
like
this. I saw
he's
this.
feeling very like overwhelmed, like, and which is totally fine. A lot of people were like, this reads as like a pseudo coming out
I
post, and I
know
was
it kind
like,
of did. It kind of did, but like I feel so bad for this man's honestly.
and I'm like, yeah, like I was like, I know we want to make that joke, but like this person's being open and honest about their struggle with not necessarily mental health issues, but things like anxiety, things like, pressure to maintain a certain level of excellence that or like, skill that he has in his career. So like let's not make that joke.
Yeah, slay.
Like if you see a photo of him and or like the video of him saying it's giving share, fine, make the joke at that. That's funny. Like I know it's not funny. Like we shouldn't make fun of people for their not make fun of. We shouldn't draw humor from a straight man who appears to be gay. But if you're gonna do it, don't do it to him being vulnerable and open
Yeah,
about
yeah.
something that's real. Do something that does like it's giving share is
It's
so
giving
harmless.
share.
It's actually giving share.
It's
So that's harmless. Just do it to that.
it's giving share. It's giving
It's giving
share.
homophobia.
Oh, it kind of is a little bit. Anyway, did you
Yeah.
have anything else to say about this? What were we talking about?
Heartstoppers, the series. I
Oh
think
yeah.
everyone should give it a try. Yeah, like listen, Matt has specifically said I agree that there is a lot of queer teenage content. We'd love to see more queer adult content, but queer content should be talked about and celebrated if it's good, obviously,
Oh yeah.
because
Like I said, I will watch it because queer content is slim pickings. Um,
Slim Pickens.
so I will consume it regardless. But I would like to see some more queer content that is not, the high school drama trope with
Yeah.
all the teenagers. Because you know what? I want to see some gay sex, and I don't want to see it between teenagers. So here we go. Give me some
I
of,
mean,
and I don't want to
I,
watch it porn. I want there to be
oh, I
story
was,
behind it.
well, there are some porn that are like, hey, I can't, I brought your pizza, but
Oh my god,
if
no! I want
I
my
forgot my pants.
I want my 10 episode Netflix series that has gay sex in it. Anyway,
Good God. Okay, you heard it here, folks.
good
Matt
God,
Matt wants gay sex.
I'm just saying. Well, we get the straight. Look at Game of Thrones. We had so much goddamn straight sex in that show. Where's the gay sex?
And you know what? I'm gonna say something that might be controversial to some people, but I think is something we can all kind of agree on.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
There's too much rape
In Game of Thrones, yeah,
in
or
a
just in
lot of
general.
these sort of like elevated drama or elevated fantasy shows that get a lot of like praise or they get a lot of money and they get a lot of accolades. Like
Hmm.
there's a bit too much rape. I understand that there is that art in any form can be used to talk about, show, express themes and content that can be hard for people or that is triggering or that is sad or that is painful. I understand that. But sometimes the flagrant overuse of rape, particularly towards women, such as assigned female at birth or trans women, or just people who, appear to be women, feminine qualities, I think that is a bit too much.
Yeah, and Game of Thrones did that a lot. Like,
Yeah.
they did it a lot.
Yeah.
I'm sure it happens in other places too. But
Outlander. I can't watch that because I read a synopsis about Outlander and she's just getting women are just getting raped. And so I think a man also gets raped, but people are just
mm.
getting raped every season. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I don't want to watch it.
Listen, like I think you can tell stories about it that are meaningful. But don't just be throwing it around like it's nothing. Like
Yeah, like it's not I don't know. I'm not.
I don't know. I would also prefer not to watch shows like that. Anyway, I caught up on the Attack on Titan anime, and I know we've
Mhm.
both read the manga, so spoilers ahead for
Yeah,
the manga and the anime if you have not caught
Radhika,
up with it.
stop listening.
Yes. So I read the manga, so I know what's gonna happen.
Mm,
But I also just wanted to see how it was animated,
mm,
because I knew that again, spoilers, the rumbling was coming.
mm.
Um, and I wanted to see if it was going to be animated well or not. And to my surprise, it was animated pretty well because it's a lot of huge colossal titans all moving at once to animate. So I was surprised at how good that animation was. And just, the overall animation, Mappa did a pretty good job, I would say, in terms of animating this part of the season. Again, they cut it off right towards the end, so we have to wait for another part, probably in a year or so. I don't know. We still have to wait.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. It's just. I think they're just trying to get both a lot of time to animate it well, but also they want to make that money, honey.
Oh yeah, and when they said this was going to be the final season, I thought, okay, we're going to get a season and we're going to watch it and that's it. No, we have to wait 3 years for this season to be released.
Yeah. Any thoughts on Gabby? Do you still hate her?
Just like, you know what? I don't hate her as much as I did when she was introduced and when she killed Sasha. I still don't like her character though.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of not misunderstanding. There's a lot of conflicting ideas about what Attack on Titan the author is saying about things like nationalism, fascism, a conflict of ideologies. So I think there's a lot of people who think that he's pro nationalism. Some people think it's an anti-nationalist, anti-war manga. I think it's anti-nationalism, anti-war. I think he's painting a very clear picture of the problems of it. And
Mhm.
Gabby is just one of those problems where you have these youths indoctrinated very early on and are, who kind of get radicalized, galvanized, and then take things into their own hands and end up shooting the main character in the head.
Oh, well, and when that happens, you're like, shit. But then when when Eren starts the rumbling, you're like, well, you know what? She probably should have shot him in the head.
Yeah, I mean, she had the right idea, although I also think Eren might have had partly the right idea.
Well, again, this could have been resolved in so many other ways, I feel, than wiping out most of the
Oh,
planet.
yes, yes. And then his
Regardless,
don't now that I'm getting
go
tilted because
ahead. Go
I
ahead.
don't like because I think by the end of it it's kind of like, Eren is like, "Oh, I started this because I needed like you all to stop me basically. Like I needed you to come together to stop me to show that show Marley and the world that the Paradise Islanders aren't evil people because they were able to stop this huge genocidal rumbling." I think that's one of the takeaways. I might be wrong, but like I don't like that.
Yeah, and I think also the other part of it was he specifically needed Mikasa to kill him in order to break Ymir's spell. Um,
Way to traumatize the woman you love.
yes, literally. Like I kind of get it because Ymir was a slave to the king. And
Yeah.
Mikasa was kind of metaphorically a slave to Eren, so breaking that tie was a way for Ymir to like break that tie for her as well. Like I
I
kind of get
guess
that. But again, I feel like there's so many other ways. We're getting off track. The
we
animation.
are. The
Okay.
animation was very nice. Yeah,
The animation
I
was
do.
good.
Yeah.
I wished like you didn't really get to see the huge founding titan all that much. Which again, it could have been due to budget constraints or perhaps the amount of time they had to animate it. But you mostly just see it from afar. You kind of see it wiggling, but you don't really get a nice, good look at it at all
Yeah.
until the very end. So I would have liked to see, like, some other shots of it, but maybe we'll get that in the next part. One other part that I specifically didn't really like is, that frame in the manga where it's Eren's face as kind of like a titan saying like, I'm going to now kill everybody as he's speaking to, everyone through the path.
Yeah.
They didn't animate that frame. They took the frame right out of the manga, put it on the screen, had Eren voice over it what he did in the
uh.
manga, but they didn't animate it
Oh.
at all. They didn't even color it. It's still black and white. Just that frame. And I was like, come on now. Come on, like give me something.
Yeah. I mean, I like because that's like the highly detailed like
Yeah.
crazy looking face. Yeah, and I think that's where that chapter of the manga, that's the last panel of that manga chapter too. Yeah, I liked it in the manga. I don't like how they just copy pasted it. Copy pasta.
I really wish they had give it some color at least, or like I don't
Yeah.
know. You just straight up lifted the panel. I think they gave Aaron the green eyes, and that's it. The rest of it was black and white. And I'm just like, you couldn't even color the panel, like.
I mean, I guess it's for like, it's to be creepy because it was a very creepy image.
It was maybe they were like, we have no idea how to actually animate this to give the same pizzazz as it was in the
Yeah,
comic
it's
or the
it's
manga.
unsettling. By the way, your posters are falling, dear.
Oh no, I'll fix it later. They've been falling like all day. I did the
Southern Air Temple.
Yes, the squares that I put up, like that I'm using to stick them to the wall, aren't very good, so I might have to get better things to keep them up.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Never tried that.
that's probably the one thing that I did not like about the episodes that I watched. What'd you say?
Did you ever try Viagra? That'll keep it up.
Okay, all right, all right.
All right. All
You got anything else you
right.
want to talk about?
No, I mean, I think that's it. Yeah, I went out the other night, last night. It was fun.
You
It
did
was all
karaoke.
Yeah, it's a karaoke, and then like I sang one song really, and then I went out afterwards to a bar. I went to the spot for the first time. It's pretty good. They play good music for me at least. I had a double of tequila when I got there, and it was harsh, but I took that shot very quickly, and I think I told you the bartender looked at me a little like, "Huh,
Huh. Okay.
work diva,
I
work
can
bitch."
barely
And then,
take a single shot of tequila. A double?
you
Impressive.
can't even take any shot of anything. You got your little Dimetap, your little NyQuil, and you're just sipping it.
Oh God, no, no liquid NyQuil. No, thank you. Get that away from
I
me.
love it. I love the way it feels when it goes down my throat.
Ew, you like liquid NyQuil? You
Because
disgusting human
I
being.
I usually take NyQuil and Dayquil when like I'm like coughing a
The
lot in my throat.
liquid?
Hold on. Wait, let me explain. Let me explain something to you, bitch.
Thou
Um,
stupid bitch.
that was when I take the liquid NyQuil and Dayquil, it's usually because like I'm having like a cough and throat problem, and some of them have like menthol in it. It's cooling, so I drink it, and my throat feels better because it cools it because it's raw from all the coughing and like the sore throat. So the menthol cools it.
Yeah, but then you gag from the disgusting taste.
I
Ugh.
don't gag.
Okay.
I,
Show off much. God.
I can. Oh yeah. Hey guys, I got this really cool skill. It's called not gagging after drinking 30 milliliters of NyQuil. Aren't I? So I'm the throat goat. Kim Petras wrote that song about me, bitch.
Ah. No, it's not Nancy Reagan. Anyway, thanks everybody. We're oh God. Thanks everybody for, watching and listening to this episode of the What Do the Gays Think podcast. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at WDTGT Podcast for any updates when we post new episodes and stuff like that. Also for some memes maybe. We stream on Twitch at What Do the Gamers Think? That's GAYMERS. Our streams are Mondays and Thursdays at usually around 8 p.m. Eastern time. If you want to outwardly support us, you can go to our Redbubble page, get some merch.
Say Red Bull.
Redbubble. Love me some
Red
Red
Bull
Bull
page?
vodka though. Just put one
Oh, I had some last night.
out. Bless.
Bless.
We have our community Discord server called Pride Empire where we chat sometimes outside of the streams and the podcast. So go ahead and join that if you want. The link is in the description. And go ahead and submit your responses to our Would You Could You Should Ya by sending us an email at whatdothegaysthink@gmail.com, or you could fill out that Google form, or you could just comment or tweet at us and we'll pick the favorite response and put it in the next episode. So thank you everybody, and I am Mac Lubeck.
And I'm the throat goat.
I knew it.
Nancy
Reagan.
Reagan.
I knew it was coming.
Oh, have you listened to that song?
I think I have. Yeah.
I'm the throat goat.
Okay. Goodbye.
Goodbye.